Hello there, Pisces. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot forecast for the week of July 6th through the 12th. I am using my Russian tarot of St. Petersburg once again. And so on Monday, Pisces, what we have coming up for you is we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Interesting, you're the second sign this week to get this card, and I think both of you got it on Monday. Eight of Cups in reverse is just talking about a situation where you had something in your life that you felt like you weren't getting enough out of that, and so you had walked away from it and looking for something that you could get more out of. And what's happened now, whenever you get the Eight of Cups in reverse, is that you're coming back to that situation that originally you thought you weren't getting enough out of. So that tells me that there's something going on where you're feeling like maybe you're starting to appreciate more what was actually in that situation. Or maybe the opportunities that you thought were out there weren't as good as you thought they were, so now you're coming back to where you were before and kind of regrouping again. But anyway, I do see you coming back into this situation that originally you had thought that you were going to walk away from. So returning to an old situation, that's Monday, and that can be a relationship. It can also be a work situation or a project, you know, like a hobby or something like that. Okay, so Tuesday, Pisces. You have the Ten of Clubs showing up in reverse. Ten of Clubs in reverse is telling me that on Tuesday you're laying down some kind of responsibility. Typically a Ten of Clubs shows up as a family type responsibility, so this could be something that you do for the kids, something that you do for your parents, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews. This could also be something that you do for a significant other. So this is a responsibility that you have normally carry on Tuesdays. Maybe you normally carry them every day, but on Tuesday you're getting a break from that responsibility and you're not having to do that. For some of you, you're taking the break. You're saying, I am not doing this today. I will handle it tomorrow, or I will handle it next week, or whatever it is you're saying. For others of you, there's circumstances beyond your control that are just handing you this break from this responsibility on Tuesday. Okay? And this break from responsibility for some of you will be just Tuesday. I feel like I've got a 50-50 split here. But for some of you, this is going to be a break from this responsibility for like a week or maybe a couple of weeks. For a very minute few of you, for longer. But it doesn't seem like it's long-term for the most of you. Now, on Wednesday, Pisces, what we have coming up is the Falling Tower, and what I'm hearing is eruption whenever I look at this card for you, Pisces. So there's something that has been brewing a long time in you. It's something that you've been trying to be really quiet about, and it's something that you're really kind of angry at yourself that this thing is bothering you, that this thing has been bothering you for so long. You really feels to me like you thought you had dealt with these issues and that they weren't going to bother you anymore, so you're a little frustrated that they do. And so this has actually been building up for a while, and I feel like on Wednesday, whatever this thing is that's been building for a while, eruption, there's going to be just this huge explosion of emotion and feeling, and it's just going to all come out because it's like it's been sitting in the pressure cooker. You haven't been releasing any emotion about this situation for months now, is what it feels like. And because you haven't been releasing anything at the little increments along the way, you haven't been journaling, you haven't been really telling anybody that can do anything about it, you haven't been taking any kind of steps to change anything. Now, because you haven't released any of this, you've been feeling guilty about feeling the way you feel, even though you still feel that way. It's all coming out on Wednesday. Okay. So the only thing that I can hope for is, now that you've seen this, if you've seen this before Wednesday, maybe you can start journaling. Like a lot, so this doesn't happen. Catch up for all these months that you've been holding all that in and just let it out. Alright, so moving on. Thursday, what we have coming up here is the Knight of Cups. So this to me really talks about some kind of new action of love, of appreciation, of gratitude. So I feel like you're going to be showing your love, your appreciation, your gratitude towards somebody in your life on Thursday. This can be anything from buying a bouquet of flowers for the office assistant to giving somebody an engagement ring. This can be anything in between. This can be just showing love to a nephew that you haven't seen for a long time, maybe a toddler nephew you haven't seen for a long time. But there's some kind of action where you're showing love or appreciation or gratitude towards somebody in your life on Thursday. Lots and lots and lots of different ways for that to manifest. And I do feel like for you Pisces out there, there's going to be lots of different manifestations for each one of you as you experience this energy on Thursday. Now Friday, you have a really good card. This is actually the moon in reverse. And I say this is a really good card because in reverse, it is a good card. When it's right side up, not so much fun. Okay, so when the moon is in reverse, what this is telling me is that Friday, Pisces, there's going to be some information that comes to the surface. And typically with a moon and moon in reverse situation, what happens is you have a situation in your life that you know there's more going on in that situation than meets the eye. And so, but the thing is, you're not able to really tell what the whole big picture is. So when the moon comes up in reverse, it's telling me that on that day, the situation that was, everything just wasn't quite adding up yet. Now that situation is coming into full light. All the puzzle pieces are coming together and you're starting to understand exactly why things are the way they are in that area of your life. So it's a really good thing, a card of truth really coming out. And as we all know, the truth is what makes us free. Okay, so on Saturday, what we have showing up is we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Pisces. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There's some kind of health issue that you're going to be involved with on Saturday, and this is not the normal feeling that I got from a Wheel of Fortune in reverse that comes up as a health issue. This may not even be your health issue. It feels to me like a lot of you may be involved in helping somebody do some healing on Saturday. And when I talk about healing, I am talking on Saturday, I'm talking about physical healing. So for some of you who are nurses, that would make total sense. You'll be working on Saturday. For some of you who don't have that as work, this could be, you know, if you have a son that gets a splinter in his eye, getting a splinter out of his eye. This could be taking care of somebody who doesn't feel good, maybe making that chicken noodle soup and getting on the 7-Up and the Jell-O. But there's something going on definitely, Pisces, on Saturday where it doesn't feel to me like you're so much the sick one, maybe a small minority of you, but it feels to me more like you're witnessing someone around you being sick and you're doing something helpful to them so that they can feel better. Maybe you just have a neighbor that needs some orange juice brought over to her so that she can start to get over a cold or something. Lots of different ways this can manifest, but I feel like for most of you, this isn't so much about you being sick as much as it's about you helping someone else who is sick. And then of course, you know, we've also got light workers out there who are Pisces too, so this could be talking about energy work as well. All right, so I think we've got the picture on Saturday. On Sunday, what we have coming up is we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Interesting. So what I'm hearing here is that on Sunday, there's going to be something happens that is going to make you really want to come into action. Bam, let's change this. Let's take care of this right now. This is going to be something where you're going to feel like defending something that's very important to you. But with this card coming in reverse, it's coming in different than usual. Usually it means, yeah, we don't need to go into usually. What it actually means Sunday is that you're going to feel like you need to take action, but there's going to be something inside of you that says, wait, hold off, don't do anything yet. And so Sunday, I feel like you may be preparing to take action, but you're not going to allow yourself yet. And it feels to me like a lot of it is because your emotions are so high about this that you're almost at a point that you don't necessarily trust yourself in what you would do, that not to be overreacting and not to make things worse than what they are. And so you're following that guidance of maybe I better hold off until I can calm down about this situation, which is very good advice, you know, to follow for yourself, because when we are feeling very emotional about something, it is very easy to overreact. So, yeah, I feel like feeling very emotional about something, wanting to take action. I feel like some of you are actually preparing to take action, but in most cases, not. Just holding back, just kind of waiting to see what comes of all this. A good idea, Pisces. Okay, so that is your week. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, feel free to check out my website. I'm at amista.info, amista.info. Once you're there and you've looked around, found whatever service works the best for you, then go ahead and contact me. Usually I have a pretty decent waiting list, but right now, summer, everybody's traveling. We've got 4th of July. Well, by the time you see it, 4th of July will be over. But anyway, so right now I can get you in pretty quickly. So usually if you contact me, I can handle you either that day or the next day. So this is a good time to get a reading in real quick if you would like to. Let's see. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Have a great week. I'll see you here next week. Peace out.